Welcome back to another season of Golf Tips here on Sunday Sports Central. I'm Virgil Herring, PGA teaching professional here at West Haven Golf Club in Franklin, Tennessee. Our first drill of the year is called Black, White, Gray. So what is black, white, gray? I'm dressed so that you can understand what the parts are, okay? All of the parts that are black that I'm wearing, the core of the body and the legs, provide rotary motion in the golf swing. We do not want the parts of our body that are black lifting. They are rotators. Conversely, the arms are white. We don't want our arms to rotate the club. We want our arms to cock the club up. So the black parts rotate and the white parts go up and down. And together in the downswing, they create gray. Black and white together make gray. So the drill is turn, cock the arms up, and follow through in balance with the trailing shoulder and the belt buckle facing the target, in balance. So here we go. We get set up. The first part is black. That's the 90-degree turn of the shoulders. The second part is white, arms up. Gray is the arms swing down and the body comes around together to a perfect finish with the belt buckle facing the target. I'm Virgil Herring, PGA teaching professional. I'll see you next week for another tip to improve your game. Everybody who plays golf would like to know how to hit their 60-degree wedge into the middle of the green and spin it back to the hole. I'm Virgil Herring, Director of Instruction here at the Golf Academy at West Haven, and I'm going to show you how to take your 60-degree wedge, land it on the green, have it do a burnout back to the hole. As you remember in the past when we talked about impact, that the iron shot has the shaft leaning forward and pinching down on the golf ball, okay? Well, the lob wedge or the sand wedge has the most lean forward into the shot. So when we get set up, remember our pointer, the ball's gonna be slightly back. So our spine is actually gonna be tilted forward just slightly here. That's also going to allow us a more descending blow onto the golf ball. So the ball's still centered, spine's tilted forward, and we're still gonna be trying to move into our forward leg and hit down on the golf ball with the shaft leaning forward, weight going forward, and then we're still gonna have the follow-through position fully in balance, belt buckle facing the holes. Here we go. And like all of our tips, they're provided so that our Channel 5 viewers have their hand out and their opponents have their wallet out. I'm Virgil Herring, PGA teacher professional. Stay with us next week for another tip to improve your game. Hi, I'm Virgil Herring, PGA teacher professional here at the Golf Academy at West Haven, and I have found myself in a position to hit one of the most exciting shots in all of golf, made famous by Phil Mickelson and Tiger Woods. It's the flop shot, but I'm going to show you a simple method to pull off a pretty difficult shot. So really, the only situation in golf that requires the flop shot is when we are well below the green surface with not much green to work with between the edge of the green and the slope. So what we need to hit this shot is, one, the most lofted club in our bag. So for me, that's my 62-degree wedge. There are a couple of setup features that are going to allow us to hit this shot. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to open the face a lot, almost completely flat to the earth. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to lean our weight forward because we want to hit the earth, not the ball. And then a great feel for the shot is for you to use your bottom hand on the golf club. So for a left hand or the left hand, for a right hand or the right hand, and keep the palm facing the sky the whole time. So here we go. Face really open, weight forward. Let's keep that palm to the sky. Now the flop shot is a high-risk shot, and it takes a lot of practice to trust the technique. But the technique itself is very simple. Weight forward, face wide open, and keep your back palm up the whole time. If you follow those simple fundamentals, this flop shot will be your friend, and they can't hide pins from you on the golf course. I'm Virgil Herring, PGA teacher professional, and I'll be with you next week for another tip to improve your game. Hi, I'm Virgil Herring, PGA teacher professional here at West Haven Golf Club in Franklin, Tennessee. Last week we fixed the #1 error in all of golf, which was poor alignment. Now we're knocking them down one by one. The second most common error in all of golf is the slice. Here's how you hit it. Okay, this is set up as the swing plane. Okay, when you hit a slice, the golf swing goes over top of the swing plane, cuts across it, and goes way to the inside of the swing plane. The golf swing should travel inside the plane, out to the ball, back inside the plane again. I have an aiming stick in my belt to help indicate how the hips move in the downswing. So this is a very important part of what we're going to talk about. The first thing I'm going to ask you to do is to make a backswing that gives you the biggest amount of turn and feel like your arm swing is as flat or your arms go across your shoulders as possible. Super flat if you're a slicer. But here's the big key. The best players in the world, when they move forward, but the hips don't spin. They move forward, but they stay closed. This allows the arms to drop to the inside, hit the golf ball, and then swing underneath the foam. So you can use a stick, and remember, move forward and stay closed. Don't open up, then move forward. Probably the number 2 error in all of golf. Follow those simple tips of the full turn, shift and move forward, but stay closed. You'll swing under the foam and hit more balls close to the hole for more pars and birdies. I'm Virgil Herring, PGA teacher professional. I'll see you next week for another tip to improve your game. Hi, I'm Virgil Herring, PGA teacher professional here at West Haven Golf Club in Franklin, Tennessee. One of the most common questions I'm asked is, how do you read greens? Well, I've set up a little grid here to help us understand how slope plays a major role in understanding how to read greens and why it is not always true to be closer to the hole is better than to be further away. Here's why. When we go below the hole, you can see this is the same 5-foot putt. The putts here at 30 degrees off of center, these two here, break only 2 inches up to the hole. Conversely, from above the hole, from the same degree offline of straight downhill, these putts break 5 inches. So what does that mean? That means that I could have a putt that is twice as long as a putt from above the hole, and it would be easier to make than that 5-footer because we can aim it straighter at the hole. So it is not always easier to be above the hole than to be below the hole. So it appears as though my opponent has the advantage because he is closer to the hole than I. But all know, here at Channel 5, we understand that being below the hole is key. So I have the advantage because I do not have to aim outside the hole to make this putt, where my opponent has to play 5 inches of break coming down the hill. So here we go. This putt is inside the left edge of the hole. Get set up. Trust myself. Advantage Channel 5. I'm Virgil Herring, PGA teacher professional. Stay with us next week for another tip to improve your game. Hi, I'm Virgil Herring, PGA teacher professional here at West Haven Golf Club in Franklin, Tennessee. And here at Channel 5, we're getting so good that we're hitting it so much longer that now we're hitting it over the green. But being over the green going down the hill is a pretty scary shot to a lot of people because they're afraid to let it go by the hole too far. So they oftentimes leave it way up here. What we learned last week was it is way better for us to be below the hole than to be above the hole, with the added caveat that we might just make it. Okay, a couple quick reminders on hitting a chip shot. We'll get our grip so that the club and our arms create the lowercase letter Y, and we turn through the shot, feel like our hips turn that lowercase y to finish to facing the target. Now the goal for this shot is that we're going to be aggressive and try to make it, but if it doesn't go in, we know it's going to be below the hole, which gives us an easier putt up the hill to make for our par. So here we go. Oh. But there I did my job. I got a free read as the ball rolled by the hole. I got a straight putt coming up the hill. Easy par. I'm Virgil Herring, PGA teacher professional. Stay with us next week for another tip to improve your game. I am so foolish. I know better than to go for a par 5 and 2 that I can't reach. Hi, I'm Virgil Herring, PGA teaching professional here at the Golf Academy at West Haven. and I have left myself the most difficult shot in all of golf, the long greenside bunker shot. It is the most difficult shot because we do not hit the ball, we hit the sand. But now we have to be so precise on how much sand we hit, because too much sand will barely get the ball out, and not enough sand or no sand at all will hit a ball 50 yards over the green. So I'm 45 yards to the hole in this long carry greenside bunker shot. I've chosen an 8-iron. The 8-iron's to make sure that we can carry the ball all the way to the green. Not the sand wedge, which we'd have to either pick it perfectly out of the sand, or we couldn't swing it hard enough to get it onto the green. So from here, we'll take a slightly wider stance than normal. We're going to open the club face, which means just turn it this way. You get your weight 60% forward and your hands back. We don't want our hands forward, because the hands forward will either help us hit the golf ball first or dig into the sand, because the leading edge will catch. So we get the hands back to make it skid through the sand. Weight forward, hands back. And now from here, just make your regular bunker swing with an 8-iron. So just remember, the hardest shot in golf can be conquered. Take your 8-iron, get in your normal bunker stance, hands back, weight forward, and make your regular swing, and let more club carry it the proper distance. You follow these simple tips, the hardest shot in golf is conquered. I'm Virgil Herring, PGA teacher professional. See you next week. Take more shots off your game. Hi, I'm Virgil Herring, PGA teacher professional here at West Haven Golf Club in Franklin, Tennessee. And we have now found ourselves in quite an interesting predicament. I am 143 yards to the middle of the green, but the pin is in the very front. So that's 135 yards, which is a very awkward yardage for me. And if you play golf, you know that you get in between clubs a lot. I'm here to help you choose to make the right decision to lower your score. Because the flagstick is placed in the front of the green, I'm going to choose the club, my 9-iron, that would fly to the middle of the green, allowing me more room for error on my shot. If the pin were in the back of the green, I would choose the shorter club to land into the middle of the green. I'm trying to help you understand that we want to make our mistakes toward the middle of the green. So here I have my 9-iron. I'm going to play my 145-yard shot. Oh man, get in the hole. Awesome. Choose the right club. Let's play to the middle of the green. Let's make more pars, because more pars mean more money for the Channel 5 listeners. I'm Virgil Herring, PGA teacher professional. Stay with us next week for another tip to improve your game. Oh man, another fried egg. I'm Virgil Herring, PGA teacher professional, and I'm going to show you how to extricate yourself from the fried egg to close to the hole for an easy up and down par. So when we find ourselves with a plug lie with not much green to work with, that's a pretty difficult shot. But what we can do, we can turn that difficult shot into an advantage. First thing we need to do is we need to take our highest lofted club. So for me, this is my 60-degree wedge. And we're going to open the face up to the max as much as we possibly can. And we're going to lean our weight forward. Here's the key to the shot. We do not want to follow through with this shot. This is what I call the karate chop